Hey everybody, welcome back for some more random chess or RNG chess. Oh dear. Today we're starting off with f4. And, one of the worst starting games aborted. One of the worst starting moves in the game. I have no idea what to do. But we'll figure something out. I will continue on with developing my knight. Covering this square in case of a later queen attack, but yeah, not fantastic. Do I even develop the knight? Should I just go with the Finegold system? I don't know. It's a mystery. Oh, I don't want to do that. I kind of want to do that to stop this, but it allows this. Exquisite commentary by yours truly. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna play it this way. Probably not the best way to go about it. I'm so silly. It doesn't even protect it. They just like trade and then they capture the pawn. How horrible. I'm gonna go here with my knight rather than my rook. And we'll see what happens. If they go here, maybe I'll go there. But yeah, they just continue developing, makes sense, very logical. If I go here and they push, maybe I can just go there. I don't know. I mean, I don't have a good position, right? I got a random f4 for no reason. I'm not a fan of that. If they capture, I probably capture with the pawn. Opens up my bishop. Also, if I capture with my knight, then they can recapture. I capture my pawn, and then they can take and force my king to recapture. But in this position, if they capture my queen, I can recapture with the knight instead. So I think this is a slight improvement. And next I probably develop my bishop, castle, and then figure out what the heck to do with this guy. But I imagine they're going to push a pawn. Do I want my bishop here or here? If it's here, I could threaten to damage their pawn structure. But if I capture with my knight, I lose his pawn. And I don't want to do that. So instead, I'm going to argue that, yes, my king can castle, but without the queens on the board, I'll assume that I can figure something out. I don't dislike moving my bishop here to just break the pin. Although, I'm also... I like pressuring this knight. And if I decide it's worth it, maybe I can double up these pawns, give me something to play for in the future. But we'll see. If this happens, then I will probably move my king here. And then get ready to castle. Let's see. No, I can't move my king there, because then my bishop doesn't drop, but I don't like it. Yeah, if I go here, they got this move. I move my king, and then they get my bishop pair. I'm not a big fan of that, so I'll go here instead. There is some ideas maybe of pushing f5, but okay. Am I missing something? They move the knight there. That's right, they can... Oh. Yeah, not a fan of that. Let's go here. I lose this pawn, unfortunately. I don't think there's anything I can do about that at this point. Oh, and then they threaten my rook. It's a bad position. Such is the pitfalls of playing f4. Although, to be honest, I probably didn't follow up the best way. Although, I mean, come on, it's one of the worst starting moves. Yeah, they take. I'll move my rook. I don't want to lose it. At least not for a knight. And this knight can probably pretty easily jump back, and yeah, I would just be down a clean pawn. Do I have any pawn pushes? Do I have any aggressive ideas? The move makes sense. It opens up the bishop. There's something about it that I'm not... It feels weird, but I don't think... I don't see anything. It feels a little wrong, but I can't see anything. So I'm probably hallucinating issues or whatever. I can move out my bishop, but then it just gets taken. I don't really want to do that. I don't think this leads to anything, and recapturing just doubles up my pawns. I can move this guy forward, but I don't think it's that helpful. I do have the bishop pair. That's true, I do have the bishop pair. One advantage of going here is after they move this knight to wherever, I can go here and then have ideas of sinking it in. That might be nice. I need to move. As usual, I'm down on time. I'm still a little hesitant to push the pawn. But I'm going to do it anyways. I imagine the knight goes here. That just seems like the most logical move. It's an outpost. It applies a bit of pressure to this pawn. If they go there, do I ever capture? I'm down a pawn. I probably want to preserve the pieces. So let's move here. Makes sense to me. Again, this knight's not exactly stuck, although I don't know how to even conceptually exploit that. Because, yeah, it can't really escape. Well, it can go here, I guess, so. Yeah. This is just a tough situation to be in. I'd probably try to activate my rook, maybe take some space, maybe move my bishop out. They moved the knight there immediately. Hits my bishop, I gotta be aware of that. Here, 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 or all the way back here, maybe, is my best option. I'm actually going to go all the way back, I think. Ah, really? I think I just go here. I have to move more quickly as well. I'm only down 40 seconds on time. But still. I'll probably try to push this pawn to give my bishop an alternate escape. Although, realistically, I might be just retreating back here if they decide to play aggressively. That's the reason why I didn't move back here, because they could do this, I slide my bishop back, and then it's just kind of stuck on the back rank, at least for now. At least if I don't want to lose my bishop for the knight, which at this point I think that's it's like my one advantage, so I gotta try to hold on to that. Okay, they moved their king. Pretty reasonable. Let's just play quick chess, quick moves. Again, escape square for my bishop. Prevents the knight from jumping over there. Although I do allow this move. Shoot. Maybe it's fine. Maybe it's not that fine. I can move the bishop up. I'd probably move the bishop here, if anything. Not a huge fan of all this. Just activating my rook. If they move here, then I'm not going to jump here, but this square gets weakened. I could move my knight here as well and just kind of target that square. That's how they move. It's interesting. Not sure how much I like that for them, but you know, what do I know? I could exchange, but I don't think that helps. If I go here, I'm pretty sure they just trade, and then I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a big fan of my position. And I'm not sure what I should try to do. But I said I need to move quicker. I allow the trade, which I'm not a huge fan of, but maybe it can lead to something. One idea I think eventually is shifting probably this rook over here and just putting some pressure that way. I don't see it leading to anything yet, but It's an idea. The position's still pretty closed, so in that sense the knights are probably a little bit stronger. Although generally bishops are considered better in the long run because eventually pieces drop usually. And then your bishops gain in strength. They moved the knight there instead. Reasonable. I could take the pawn. Is there anything wrong with just taking the pawn? Captures. Captures. If I capture with the knight, they could just capture the bishop, which is not good. So I'd have to capture with the bishop first. Am I okay with that? I could capture this way. No, but then the rook can recapture. Let's do it. We'll get our pawn back, if nothing else. Now, what do I do? Well, I get my pawn back. I lose that pawn, though. Whoops. Let me jump back here. Makes sense. Also covers this infiltration square. I dropped my rook. What a fool. I capture with my... Disgusting. I'll capture with my rook. They still can't go down because of the knight. I dropped my bishop! I'm a fool. How horrendous. Alright, and now they're targeting this pawn. I'm going to quickly move up here. Get a second eye on this square. Excuse me, second eye on this square, although I dropped that pawn as well. I'm just dropping everything today. Well, you know, that's life. Not too happy with how this game is going. But I won't give up yet, but it is looking really bad. Now, if only they move their rook there for no reason. More likely, I think they just push this pawn. Yeah, I mean, it's a fork of pawns, but I'm down 7 points of material. It's not that meaningful. My win condition is legitimately the clock, so... I'll go here. They stop that. I'll go here. Makes sense. I go here. Whoops. You know, this might not be so over. If they allow me in here, they're going to be in real trouble. Uh-oh. I think they've blundered. Oh wait, yeah, they could do that. Oh well. Such is life. I don't want to exchange. I'm gonna go here. I imagine they move the rook. Nope. Okay. This pawn. It's the dream. I think they... Oh no! Shoot! Ah, how disappointing. doesn't work. No. They got me with 0.7 seconds. Oh, I'm not too pleased with myself, but, you know, it is what it is. Good game to my opponent. And I'll see you next time. Have a good one.